What is up, everybody? It is your boy, Laker Boy Waldo, and goodness gracious, we have some crazy news that we got hit with today right before the trade deadline. The Lakers have acquired Isaiah Thomas and a first rounder with Channing Frye for our boys Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance. A lot of mixed reviews on this trade, some arguing it's an amazing trade, some arguing the other way where it's a horrible trade. I'm just going to break it down. What does that mean for the Lakers in the short term and the long term? Other than that, man, let's get it. Before I start anything, I just got to give a moment of silence for my boys Larry Nance and Jordan Clarkson. In the arms of the angel. We gonna miss y'all, man. We gonna miss y'all. Larry legend, that's my guy. JC, you held it down for so long. I appreciate everything y'all did. It kind of hurt a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, seeing y'all get drafted and stuff, and you know, to see y'all go away. But at the end of the day, the NBA is a business, so let's get back into it. The trade as it is right now is Clarkson and Larry Nance for Isaiah Thomas, a first rounder, and Channing Frye. That addresses a few issues of ours, including front court shooting. Up to this point, we didn't really have a front court shooter. We had Brook Lopez, but he's super inconsistent and kind of just camps out there. Channing Frye kind of adds another sense to that. And trading Larry Nance, I know as much as it hurt, he was on a great contract. It was just something we were able to do. We had the room to. Randall kind of proved himself, you know, up to this point, and Kuzma is just Kuz. So we do have kind of a log jam. So letting go Larry, and then of course JC with all his salary things that we'll bump into in a little bit. It wasn't that bad of a trade. We addressed front court shooting, like I said, with Channing Frye. We got a first round pick for compensation. And then we also got IT. A lot of people are mad at the Lakers because they're saying, look, you got IT, now LeBron's not going to want to come. That is not necessarily true. Isaiah is on an expiring contract. He will be a free agent next year. And from what it looks like, I don't think the Lakers are going to pursue him in free agency. So any LeBron supporter, LeBron to LA movement supporters, don't worry. We chilling. That has nothing to do with it. But the biggest thing in terms of free agency that this trade did was open up cap space. Trading Jordan Clarkson's big $50 million contract, as well as Nance's little tiny contract, actually gave us, as it stands, $50 million in cap space. I think it's 49 is a proper number. But it gave us $50 million in cap space. If we let go of Randall, that moves, I think, another 7-8 mil. And if we stretch Dang, we're almost at $70 million. So in terms of free agency in the future, we have set ourselves up really good. We also got a first round pick for compensation. But I don't want people thinking Isaiah is going to be a long-term guy. From what it looks like, I really don't think Isaiah is going to be here for the future. It's going to be cool to see him play these last 29 games. Maybe we push for a playoff spot. We'll be much more entertaining. We'll have a fourth quarter closer. Addressing it further, I personally think it's a good trade. I know the Lakers came out with the article that they're shifting their focus to 2019 free agency. I think they mainly did that just to kind of get a little more value, and it seemed to have worked because up to this point, I mean, I check Laker rumors nonstop. There was nothing about Isaiah coming to LA. So I think just the turmoil that happened in Cleveland and, you know, Lakers offering, you know, some good youth for Cleveland to acquire, I think Cleveland just hopped on it. But they really did help us clear up some cap space that was very tough. Until now, I was hearing, even for JC, I was hearing first rounders maybe, but contracts attached to it. This, in terms of a salary dump, is probably the best trade we could get. We got no contracts past this year for that trade, and that itself is a huge W for us in the front office, because although we said we weren't focusing on the 2018 free agency class, we still have a shot. So with that, and also on top of that, let's say we don't get anyone in 2018, we still have 2019, and I know that would suck and say, like, you know, we trade these players for no reason, but at the end of the day, you have to understand that we still have our core. And just with the possibility of landing one or two superstars with this core, it could really take us to another level. Because right now, if with this team, you have players like Hart, Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram, Randall maybe, and adding a couple players to that, you have a deep bench, you have a deep roster, and you have a superstar to play with. I honestly think at this point we're getting a little more tantalizing as an option. Up till this point, it looked like we didn't have a direction, especially with that article. If the Lakers didn't make any moves, I honestly thought we wouldn't be signing anyone in the near future. It just seemed like we kind of gave up for a second. I don't know if that was an intentional move to, you know, boost up value for JC or whatever, but it ended up working up for us. We have at least 2 max spots for us now. So bad part of it is you lose Larry Legend right before the All-Star break. I was really excited to see this guy in a dunk contest. I'm still going to be cheering for him. And you lose a perfect 6-man scorer, JC. Personally, I mean, I still think free agency is a gamble, so I'm not really sure if this is going to work out. But it was a right move for front office, because you know what? To tell you the honest truth, we've been too stagnant for too long. And yeah, I understand keeping the core, and there's a Warriors model, but the Warriors didn't keep everyone either. I mean, they had some fan favorites that they had to let go of in order to better their franchise, and I think that's the step that LA made. It might not work out, and that's how the NBA works. It's a bunch of gambles, but it was the right step in the right direction. You don't want to end up where the Clippers are right now, where you're just stuck in a mediocre position for so long. I think the Lakers front office, Pelinka and Magic, they saw opportunity to clear cap space. They saw opportunity to get, you know, someone in to, you know, lead the core for the rest of the season. They got another shooter out of it. So personally, I think it's a good trade. We'll see how it goes down. I am concerned about one thing though, and that is Isaiah Thomas and Lonzo Ball on the court together. I saw a recent article that said, or a recent tweet that said that Isaiah will not come off the bench and he'll try to reach a buyout if that is true. So it's going to be kind of interesting if Lonzo does come back. How is that going to work? Luke says he feels like he could have them two play together, but it will be a tough position because we saw, especially in Cleveland, Isaiah is a very, very ball-dominant player. Other than that, though, I mean, I'm really excited to see what this does in the future. If anything, 2018 will be exciting for free agents. I know a lot of y'all are saying we're not going to land anyone. I've heard that. And we might not. I'm not saying for sure LBJ or PG is coming, but it gives us the opportunity to at least try. And if we were stuck in cap lock, I mean, that is more of a dismal situation than we are in right now. Randall and Clarkson, at the end of the day, weren't players that I'm going to hang my head on because they weren't superstars. Yeah, they're fan favorites. Yeah, they're close to my heart. But letting go of them doesn't affect the direction of this franchise to me. So other than that, we'll see more details when it comes out. We'll see Isaiah in the Lakers jersey. I didn't see the press conference, but other than that, just comment down below what you guys think. Was it a good trade? Was it a bad trade? And yeah, other than that, it's your boy Lake Waldo. Peace.